Hey guys, so this is Julie Bonk, and I had a request just to do some screen share of basically what I do on Flight Rising. And right now, the problem that I faced when I logged in today is my lair is totally full, right? And it's a lot of treasure for me to upgrade it. I think it's 800,000 treasure. But I plan ahead all of this. I always know who I'm getting rid of after they breed. So let me just show you guys how I manage my lair. I've recently being the last 6 months, really got into Excel. I've really gotten into Excel and specifically Google Sheets, which is the Google equivalent of Excel. I'm a huge fan of. And my spreadsheet that I keep track of my dragons on, I call it my Durgs. Load that up. And once you load that up, you see that I have some bolded. I'm working on a project, so that's why those names are bolded. Only the bolded names can only breed with each other. I tried to plan out who's going to breed like a month ahead of time. So if I notice I have any especially rare bachelors that I need to start shopping or breeding so they can specifically have a mate. Like if I don't really have any special dragons besides Valley that I worry about when it comes to breeding. My battling team, Demuzi and Goliath, they do not really breed that often. I only breed them basically if I need to breed a dragon one more time before I can exalt them, basically. So I have my general lair listed at the top of this, and then here at the bottom of this, you see that I have this is a short exalt list. And so basically these are all the dragons that I need to get rid of, like ASAP. And so I'm just going to look and see if any of these that are nesting are on that list. So I've got Protozoa, Dooku, Lutz, and Slepu. And Slepu and Lutz are both on this list. So I need to free up 4 slots, and after I hatch these eggs, I can get rid of Lutz and Slepu. So really, I only need to clear up 2 slots. So let me go to my lair, and I'm going to go ahead and get some dragons. I just came back from vacation. I didn't really have time to manage my lair. So that's why these dragons, they're good genes. These are Speckle Freckle Underbelly. These are Irishim Circuit. They're good dragons. It's just, I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. So I'm not going to be exalting those. A, they're babies. And B, I just haven't really made up my mind. So I went ahead and I trained this Dragon Warden up to level 5. I'm going to go ahead and exalt him. He has some really nice colors, but so does his brother. And I typically only keep 1 dragon per nest, just to keep bloodlines thin. Because you can't breed with a dragon that's 6 generations related to your dragon. So to have a more desirable lair, you want to have smaller families. And so even though I really like this dragon, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it before I get too attached. So I'm going to exalt this dragon, 8,000. And now let's go and hatch that nest. I usually level all my dragons up to level 6 before I exalt them. However, I wanted to make this video, and I just came in from out of town, so I don't really have time to be picky. I don't want to spend all day in the Coliseum, even though it is a holiday, and that holiday does happen to be my flight's holiday. So I'm going to go ahead and hatch Lutz and Slepu first, and just not really worry about Protozoa and Dooku at this moment. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to be saving this one over here, and not so much this one. I'm going to go ahead and look at the dragons first before I decide. And like I said, I'm not going to get rid of them at this moment, just because I like to have them, I don't like to exalt them as adults. I did that for a very long time, and I've decided that that's just probably not a very good strategy. Okay, so these colors are great. However, let me just check to see what my male to female ratio is at this moment. And see what the sibling is. If they're both boys, then it's just like, oh, they are both boys. And this seems to be a clone of Slepu. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and exalt the parents. They're both boys. And right now I do have more boys than girls. I have 41 males and 36 females. Okay. So, I mean, I really like doing the pseudocode in Google Sheets. I think it's a great thing to get into, and lots of users manage their layers by doing that. So I feel like, oh, that's just kind of weird. Well, I mean, it's an efficient strategy for building a strong layer. So before you exalt a dragon, you have to get rid of the familiars and everything that clothes them. I don't really like clothing my dragons in the first place, so he wasn't wearing anything. All along, I knew that this would just be Lutz's purpose. I actually planned to get rid of Lutz a month ago, but then Salepu needed a mate. I like having circuit dragons, so they mated. So I'm just going to go ahead and exalt Lutz. And I exalted him to 2,000. Yeah. Ooh. The tricky thing with removing a familiar is then remembering later that that familiar isn't awakened, because there's no way of really, like, there's no quick way of seeing if a familiar is awakened or not. It's kind of an annoying feature in Flight Rising that I wish that they would change. I've heard a lot of suggestions and complaints about that on the blogosphere. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and also exalt Salepu. Cheat sheet for you guys. Dudes always on the left, girls always on the right in the nest. Okay, so yeah, I do want to get rid of both Protozoa and Dooku. So let's see what they're going to have underbelly, aren't they? Yeah. Ooh, that one's pretty cute. I like that one. Not so much that one. That one's probably going to go. Yeah, so let's look at them real quick. I always look at them after I hatch them. I mean, why not? It's the point of the game, right? No, that's totally getting exalted. Totally. Just like, there's no question about it. The colors are close, but not close enough for me to give them a spot in my lair. So I'll keep this dragon for about 6 days and then send them off. Yeah, that's a pretty good color combination. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and give them the familiar, so that I don't forget that familiar needs to be marked, and that I want to keep this creature. I'm going to have lots of dragons in my lair that are ready to be exalted as soon as they age up. I'm kind of picky, but I think that you should be with this game, just because lair space is at a premium, right? Like, it's 800,000 treasure for me to expand my lair, so each dragon needs to be worth the space that they're filling. So, okay, let's see, Protozoa. I named this dragon after the character from Xenon Girl of the 21st Century. And like I said, I originally meant to exalt him and his siblings. Everybody in his clutch was supposed to go, but then I needed them to expand my circuit collection, so that's why they stuck around. You see, I really loved this dragon. This dragon's very, very pretty, right, Dooku? Like, I love Speckle Freckle. It's a very niche part of the market, very small, and it grows in a very small rate. So I love it. I will always probably want to breed Speckle Freckle dragons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she has 5 offspring, and one of those offspring is actually in a different layer because I gave them away in a giveaway. So I'm going to go ahead and exalt this dragon now. And because the colors, the bow still hasn't caught up with the picture, when I go to exalt, that bow is actually going to be on our exalt page. I don't remember what I paid for her, so it's not going to factor into the net profit. Yeah, okay. So now that we've taken away life, let's give some. Let's breed some more dragons. Let's see what I have waiting to knock some boots. Am I right? Okay. So the first pair that I'm going to go ahead and check on is actually going to be Slate and Zekai. And Zekai is actually the child of that dragon that we just exalted. So he's going to be over here. Ooh. So what I'm hoping with this pairing, because I always have a goal with every pairing that you throw in, if it's to create more of one type of one species of dragon, or to create more of circuit or to further your breeding plans. You always want to take a step forward, otherwise the gameplay will stagnate so hard. So my goal with these two dragons is I would like to get a dragon pretty much with this coloring, but not with striped wings. I hate striped wings. They're kind of the bane of my existence. So this dragon right here is the ultimate goal, basically. Yeah, it looks like there's a good possibility of me getting something along those lines. So we're going to go ahead and confirm and cross our fingers for a big size nest. Well, you know what, that's fine. I'm just going to end up getting rid of Slate afterwards anyways. So, yeah. So let's see if... Oh, it looks like no one is ready to breed right now. Let's see. Nope, nobody that I want to breed is ready to breed right now. Sometimes I enter things in incorrectly, and that messes up my plans a little bit. I like to always have full nests, but sometimes that's just not practical, and yeah, I'm going to have a lot of dragons soon, so I'm not going to sweat it really. I'll just throw someone in there tomorrow, and it'll be great. That's basically the way I manage my space, is I get rid of as many dragons as possible. There's no reason to have lots of dragons from one clutch remaining. So let's see. These are all siblings, these four, and this boy and this girl, they're twins. So I'm going to probably only keep one of them. It's probably going to be the girl. I'm probably going to keep one of these girls. I'll keep one of these boys, one of these two, one of the next two. And the rest will just be sitting in the back page of my lair here until I can exalt them. That's just typically the way that I do things. I usually make a profit off of each nest by exalting. And so I'm pretty comfortable with the way I play the game. So how about you? Do you think it's kind of harsh that I exalt so many of my dragons? Like, do you sell your dragons? How do you make it work? Are you always expanding your lair? How can you afford that? I can't. What do you think of the spreadsheet method of charting your dragons? Do you have a better suggestion? Do you think that maybe I should be selling my dragons? Do you think it doesn't matter the size of bloodlines? Go ahead and leave a message below, or go ahead and send me a message on Flight Rising. My username is Raffle. My ID number is 32072. I'm always up for friends or comments or suggestions. This dragon right here, she's up for sale right now. She's up for 500 gems. She's triple charcoal, Eerie Shim Crackle, and that color, triple charcoal, is actually one of the rarest color combinations on the website. So if you are so inclined to take this lovely lady home to your lair, go ahead and send me a crossroads and we'll work something out. Alright, thank you so much for watching.